and many are left homeless because many houses were destroyed, other buildings, 14 mosques, a school, the major hospital in the area. So the damage is really devastating. And then, of course, the loss of life. We believe that there are almost 100 people who have perished, close to 300 injured. And the rescue efforts continue because it is believed that there are still many more buried underneath the rubble. Not only have people lost their homes, they've lost their livelihoods, they've lost family members. These are close-knit communities, and everyone will know someone who is affected.
And that was Helen Van Well from the humanitarian organisation CARE, ending that report from the ABC's Imogen Brennan. Christchurch Mayor Lianne Dalziel says it would be uneconomic to repair the Lancaster Park Sports Stadium after a report found the bill would be at least $250 million. Last year, the council reached a $635 million settlement with its insurer over its claim for 1,600 earthquake-damaged assets, including Lancaster Park. Since then, it's been pondering whether to restore or demolish the stadium. Maya Burry reports.
Mayor Lianne Dalziel says a council report found restoring Lancaster Park to its former glory as a Tier 1 venue capable of hosting World Rugby Test matches was going to be costly.
If you were thinking of your own property and your insurance company, if you were insured for $150 million and you're told that it's going to be $250 to $275 million to reinstate, then you would say that that was uneconomic to repair.
Ms Dalziel says because the report has not yet been before the council, no official decisions on the stadium's future have been made. But if the council accepts the repair job is too expensive, it will start looking at options for the land's future use. Lianne Dalziel says there are some constraints, as the land was gifted to the council on the condition it was used for sports, recreation, entertainment and public assembly purposes.
Yes, there are limitations on what you can use it for, but does that mean that that's an opportunity as well to rethink and reimagine its use, but within the context of the terms of the gift to the city that it was? It could include a replacement, but it could also include other uses.
The engineer leading the investigations into the stadium for the council, David Whittaker, says the quake damage is serious.
It's really in three areas. One is in the foundation under the buildings. And secondly, there's been a lot of settlement to the buildings, and thirdly, structural damage. So the foundations and the settlement are mostly due to liquefaction underneath the buildings. And so the stone column ground improvement that was constructed under the buildings has now become ineffective.
Lianne Dalziel says the news that the stadium is unlikely to be repaired will be devastating for the thousands of Cantabrians who had enjoyed the venue over the years. Yesterday, the chairperson of the Crusaders, Grant Gerald, visited the stadium, which was once home to the region's rugby side.
Yesterday, being there, 6 years being away from the place, it brought back a lot of memories of the fun that we had as an organisation there, and it seemed it was quite an emotional moment to sort of say goodbye to it in a way, even though the decisions need to be made. But if we go to somewhere new, then it'll be new, and we'll be forward looking for another 100 years for the future of Canterbury and Christchurch.
Under the terms of the city's blueprint, which sets out the major rebuild projects, the council is committed to building a new covered stadium in the central city. Lianne Dalziel is hoping this will be a multi-purpose arena. The council is expected to discuss the report and the future of the stadium at a meeting next week. For Checkpoint, Maya Burry.